Well, hello there. This is Shiva. This is episode 8 of Infraspace. And if you had watched the previous episode, you will notice that this episode is taking one step backwards to go two steps forward. In other words, I started to rearrange everything and just to try to get everything more organized, to get my goods from one place to the other a little bit faster and also to expand. And as you can see, this is my new residential area. What had happened, and this was something that I noticed with the game when I actually started adding things like oxygen tanks and pipes. For some reason, it wasn't being delivered. So I had to go on the forums and read some of the comments and stuff. And apparently, this may be a problem with the game itself, that some people are having some problems with oxygen tanks and water delivery. Because to be honest, my entire residential district pretty much died almost instantly. The thing is, if they don't have resources, they get real mad real fast. So anyway, I had to go all the way back to the save file from episode 7 and start over. And I also had to quite literally spam food and water and oxygen, so that it was just a weird thing with the game itself. So anyway, as you can see, I literally moved all of my residential to this corner. I was trying to avoid putting everything in the corner, but obviously it's not a bad idea. Why is this showing? We got lots of water. Okay, never mind. Some of these icons that appear, I've been having this every once in a while. So in terms of my production, I should be more than good enough. So let's start with the production, and you can see where the production is here. And as you can see, I'm making quite a bit more food than I'm actually consuming, but these guys are always hungry. Don't ask me. I don't know. I sometimes think that internal management in the script for this game is a little bit off some places. But as you can see, I also did some minor research. What I did was, of course, the pipes, of course, and the distribution center, which I've decided I'm not even going to bother using because I have absolutely no problem with distributing stuff. But I'm literally on 99, 100% traffic. I have a feeling I'm going to be like that for the rest of the game. So stuff like that, I just don't need anymore. In fact, a lot of this stuff, I'm not going to need like tanks or anything else like that. I also picked up power substations, as you probably noticed from looking at my city. And I also upgraded all my highways. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start the next process. And it's tough for me to decide what to do. Methane is kind of important. So is yellow science. But really, I want to upgrade all my houses. So I think we'll start with food processing. Now, as you can see, all of my power requirements in there, and I have an actual network now. So I'm getting rid of all of my power poles and just replacing them with, what the hell did they call that? Yeah, the power substations. So if you take a look at my power requirements right now, as you can see, I'm pretty much blanketing everything. And over here, as you can see, I've got substations already set up here. I've got substations all the way along here. I've got solar panels, so it's nice and neat. And as you see, what I'm doing now is I'm starting to chain the substations. There's one right here and one right here, and then I'll be moving up gradually but surely. But as you can tell, my power network problems are pretty much now history. Well, look at how much power I'm generating, but eventually that will go down. So anyway, this is my my new build area, and as you can tell, I've done some rather extensive work here. I just literally reorganized everything, and I should mention that I'm doing this a very, very different way. What I'm doing is I'm sort of splitting things here. As you can see, this group here, which is 9, is feeding into this section. It goes down here. It also picks up the carbon, and then before it delivers everything to this row of blue science. And then this section over here does the opposite. It goes up and it comes and it's delivering blue science here, and it's also getting the carbon from this row that's going straight up. And as you noticed, what I've done is I'm doing run rays, but I've got high rays now, so I'm actually using them because everything moves a lot faster. Now, one of the things that I've noticed with this game is roads can only connect to a building from a regular road. You cannot connect from a highway. Highway, it won't connect to the building. So that's a restriction that you should keep in mind. So what I've done is I've made everything very vertical. See, everything comes out one way. Same with this, and same with that, and then same with that. They're all separate from each other, and that is to help solve any problems if you have a traffic problem, especially if you expand this. And I can expand it. I got all of this room down here, and oil is not going to be a problem either. Then over here, as you can see, there's my plastic factory. After a lot of experiment, I managed to get all of these chemical labs. So I managed to, I think it's a good 5 or 6 more than what I had before. So as you can tell, it goes up into here because chemicals, you need 4. So I've really sort of overproduced produced as much as I possibly can. When I get trains, it will be a different story. Then I'll be able to use trains to gather all of the resources that I have at the very top of the map and just bring them down. But over here, as you can see, these are just spare at the moment. As you can see, I've got everything all set up for it. It's just laid out so I don't, so I can just grab more oil when I need it. It's already set up for it. And then this section here and this section here, as you can see, I just got lazy and I just did a single road. But if I want to expand my plastics factory, I can quite easily. And then this is the factories that supply plastic for the computer factory. And offline, I may make some changes, especially once I get trains. And I may move this entire section and combine it with this so that I don't lose track of things. I actually have a pretty good idea about when it comes time to rebuild certain things. Just to have a more visual, make it easier for me to figure out what goes where. So I thought of a rather simple trick, but I need to rearrange everything, and I still don't know if it actually works. And as you can see, I've got my aluminum mines going again. Miners do have a bit of a problem. Sometimes they just show that they don't have power, even though they do have power. And as you can see, it's not hooked up to a substation yet, because I haven't actually done it. It should be right about there. And also as well up here, this became rather complicated to say the least. This is to my electronics, so I can supply for home appliances. As you can see, I put my home appliances here for the time being. I sort of reorganized them. I'm going to need more electronics if I want to keep the chain going, but unfortunately, there's only so much room that you have. And as you can see, what I've done is did a rather complicated road network. My copper is here, and it goes along these 3 lines. And my iron ore comes down with these 3 lines. And as you see, I have also split them. So I believe it's 6 to a line. So I got 6 mines here. And then I got another 6 for the second line, and then the last 6 for the third line. And I have the same for the copper, and that makes it very, very easy to see what to do. So as you can see, there's 6 here because the ratio is 2 and 2. So the irons come from here and it goes down that way, and the copper is coming from that line and goes down that way, and then I have a line for each group here. And it seems to work very, very well, as you can tell from my traffic, which is 100%. Now, what else is there that I've done here? Oh, you know, I've done some minor organization. I redid my concrete. In retrospect, I should have maybe done the concrete at the very top and where it's out of the way, but I kind of needed it anyway for the spaceport. So what I did was I just set it up like this, and as you can see, very complicated road network, and I tried to make it look as nice as possible. Yes, yeah, okay. And then there's a third sulfur mine, and as you can see, it's now each line is now splitting so that we have everything by sections. And yes, I decided to put all of the extra storage only because it really, really, really looks nice. So that's the reason why I did it. And again, this is not in my power substation network. So as I said, so as you can see, I've got solar panels all over the place. I will eventually, I'm going to be building all the way up. So I will replace my solar panels very soon. And then over here, here's a second steel mill production system. And as you can tell, I've put in roads like this. So I'm sort of blocking out where my resources are and how I want my road network to go. I haven't done here yet because I haven't decided what I'm going to be doing. There's 3 sets of resources here. And then as you can see, there's more sulfur. And then over here is a couple of some really nice patches for chemicals and a really, really large oil production field. And then over here is some spare power that I will eventually need because I'm going to start putting all of my factories in this massive space here. I really wish that wasn't there. That thing is indestructible until you get space lasers, and that's almost end game kind of stuff. I kind of wish that they would make the space lasers a little bit easier to get earlier on, especially if you're playing a custom map, because there's tons and tons of tiny little rocks scattered all over the place. You don't actually have enough, really a lot of build area there. So what else is there? Well, and then finally, down here, and as you can see, we've got iron ore. The original build for the iron ore, I sort of just cleaned it up a little bit. This will probably go soon enough. And then finally, we're right back to where we started. And if you look at the road here, this is, in actual fact, a 6-lane highway. So it's not really necessary to have a 6-lane highway, but I just built one anyway because, I mean, it couldn't, it couldn't hurt, right? And on top of that, finally, here's my spaceport. I move this around all the time. And as you can see, I've got highways going over here too as well. I'm going to basically, and what I'm doing is I'm going to be blocking everything out. So that's what I'm doing. If you notice, there's a 6-lane that goes right through the middle here. So any resources that come from the very top will go straight through the pretty much the center of the city here. And yes, as you can see, the food is still having some problems here, even though I am producing way more food than I actually need. I guess it's just a delivery thing. So anyway, now you see what we're at now. So anyway, let's have a good look at this. And first off, it doesn't look as if my food processing is working here. So I better have a quick look at that, and then we'll end the video and I will do some more. So we need green science. One of the things I've noticed is that sometimes these things really, really, really don't like to use this. I'm obviously missing something here. Here's my science. Here's my research lab. So everything should be working. I mean, it's not actually all that complicated. I'm getting loads of oil. That's coming in. Yeah, everything is full, but it's just not being delivered. I wonder what the problem is. Is there a problem in my chain, maybe? Well, first off, I just noticed a small mistake in my thing here. Okay. Come on. There we go. Maybe that will help a little bit. I noticed that my road was going the wrong way. So that's good. And then it goes up here, and then I double lane this. So it should be fine. I've noticed sometimes one-way streets really do not like things. So what we're going to do is we're going to just replace this with double lanes and then see if we can, and then see if that kickstarts this particular thing, area. Because should I join them up? I don't know. Yeah, I think I will join them up. Let's just make this easy. Wow, this is bizarre because there's no problems here. It should be doing everything that we need to do. It is, in fact, joining up here too as well. And as you can see, all of the blue science is working fine. But for some strange reason, green is not working. So what I may do... He's upside down. See if that kickstarted. I've noticed sometimes that this game does seem to have a mind of its own. Anyway, I will figure out what the problem is, and then I will show it to you the next video. But it should be working fine. I really don't know why it's not working at all. So I will, maybe my road network was way too complicated for its own good. You never know. But what we'll do is we'll change all of this. Oh. Come on. Boy, I still haven't got the hang of this stupid game with the controls yet. I will eventually. We'll see how this is doing here. Now, remember what I said with this is that you can't have buildings connect to a highway because then they won't work. But these are not highways. So I'm just kind of wondering why it was doing this. But we'll just double lane this and see how it works. It's not going to confuse things in the slightest. And it should actually work. In fact, I believe it was actually working before, so I'm not too sure what the problem is here. But we'll just double lane it and maybe hopefully kickstart everything. Yeah, there's some bumps here. There's some bumps in this road, but that's okay. I'm sure people will forgive me. So anyway, I will go off camera and just try to figure out why this is not working. By all shapes and means, it should be absolutely positively fine. I don't see any problems with this whatsoever. So I'll figure it out. And then once I do, the next episode will have the good food, as it's called, in place, and then we're going to start working towards expanding our houses, upgrading everybody, and then working some more on the chain. But in the meanwhile, this is Shiva, and I hope everybody's had a great day. Mine was terrific, and we'll see you on the next recording. Bye.